Welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking about the business opportunities in Dhaka because our guest today, Mr. Mukit Choudhury, has a variety of interests. And what we are going to talk about is not business, but his social interests in the society and his other charitable activities. Mr. Mukit Choudhury, recently I saw it in the newspapers that you were awarded a trophy by Hobbyganj Association?
Hobbyganj Society.
Society.
Hobbyganj Society in Birmingham, yes.
Would you like to share it with us, that what were the circumstances and for what causes you were awarded this trophy?
Okay. First of all, Hobbyganj Society, they're based in Birmingham and is one of the third largest social organization in United Kingdom. And they are the body that can give award to individuals. So what they do every 2 years, they recognize people's, they have a certain criteria.
And particularly from Hobbyganj?
Particularly from Hobbyganj. They have a strong criteria to fulfill. They go with, look at your background, social work, this and that, whatever it is. But I am honored and privileged to have pride of Hobbyganj. Sound very good. And it's happened last Sunday.
Right.
There was about 1,000 people. So they awarded me this time.
Right.
For which I feel.
And what was it in the citation that for what kind of services you were awarded this?
Well, again, they see my service to this country, which is I am employer for last 24 years, and I am also creating employment in Bangladesh. And I'm here. We have raised fund for a lot of charities and involved in other social activities, like I was secretary of Hobbyganj District Welfare Association. So they combine everything. They combine everything. And this year they thought I'll be the right person.
Any particular welfare work that you are engaged in Hobbyganj?
Well, through this our organization, which is I used to be general secretary there, Hobbyganj District Welfare Association. When the Rana Plaza accident happened, at that time I went to Bangladesh. We took some money, and there was some victims from my Hobbyganj. So we helped those poor families. And just last year, again I was in Bangladesh at that time, we did about 50 cataracts operation. We did, in the winter time, we did some warm clothes, these things. And then if there was something happened to individuals, like a poor, there was a girl, she had a very bad eyes, very talented girls, and our Hobbyganj people, through the Hobbyganj District Welfare Association, raised fund, help that out. So this kind of social work.
Yes, it's a very good idea. So if all of us, we concentrated, we can't of course help everybody, but if we concentrate on small areas like Hobbyganj, smaller areas and Upozila, Thana village, then things will definitely improve.
And again, I feel it's everybody's moral duty to help, no matter
it's to give back to the society.
That's right.
Something that you have achieved.
I remember, you know, what his name? Bellary. Bellary is, the one organization is they do help for disabled people. So is in Shava.
Yes.
So I remember of raising a lot of money there once in our restaurant, which was £3,500 donated to her. What's the name? I forgot name. And then Kumudini Hospital, which is we raise fund for that. So these and that we did.
You have been here in this country for quite some time, and you have been engaged in business, and you are an employer. There is a lot of hoo-ha about the curry industry, that it's rumored, I do not know, I read, I hear, that every week 1 or 2 restaurants are closing because of the staff shortage. The staff shortage is that they don't have enough chefs. What are your views on that? How can we tackle this?
Well, it's true there are a lot of restaurants closing. It's not only for staff. At the same time, the food habit is changing, so therefore, it's a shortfall of customer.
Yeah.
And the staff definitely a issue. A lot of people gone to left restaurant trade, gone into a different profession like Uber and other things. So that create a vacuum there. And I mean, the restaurant is mostly owned by my kind of generation.
Yeah, yeah.
So we didn't produce a new entrepreneur.
Yeah, right.
So that's why the restaurant is closing.
Yes, most of the children of the restaurant owners,
They-
they have
they-
not gone into that profession.
That's right, and that's right.
They have gone into professions like law,
That's
they have
right.
studied IT, they have become accountants, they have become doctors, engineers, but not into that. See, is it because, unfortunately, some of you were not able to make it that attractive? It's very, very poshy, it's very glamorous to become, I'm a chef, French chef or Italian chef, see, but why not a Bengali chef does not carry that kind of glamour?
It's our culture. It's our culture. We like to, we like to see our children to be some kind of bureaucrat, or this is our mentality.
White-collar jobs.
Yeah, and is of course this restaurant industry, what we running is not as glamorous French restaurant, of course, but
you are earning a lot of money. I mean, there are about 12,000 restaurants, and the overall turnover is 10 billion pound.
that's right. That's right. We're doing a lower end of market, lower end of market. So that's why I said it's not as glamorous like the French restaurant. When they do the way they do, they don't do less. They always make sure it's a certain level
Right.
of standard,
Right.
certain spending,
Yes,
this and that.
You don't cut. They don't cut corners.
They don't cut corners. But in our case, you find a lot of discount, this, that. So this we are basically high street
Yep.
restaurants are.
Have we failed in part of our duties to make it more glamorous, to make it more inviting? Shouldn't we have academies, institutes, colleges where we could train Indian chef or Bangladeshi chef?
Well, academy is a one part of it, but first of all, you have to create your own business.
Yeah.
If every business got to be academy. You can't simply just say there is a college there, come back, and then when they come back to the real practical field and they find everything is dull and all these things. So all our restaurants need to upgrade ourselves,
Right.
go with the new generation
Of
customers. And so like my son is now 24. So we got to target them. They are going out. They spend money as well. So basically, we've gone behind about 20 years till now.
Yeah.
The food has changed. Smartness is different. So there is a big lack. That's why we are.
Yes, we are living in the same world. The names have not changed.
That's
Our
right.
wallpapers have not changed.
Yes.
The menus outside
So
in the
that's
show
right.
window.
That's right.
But you said is right, is that we need to change because the customers' eating habits have changed, you see.
Eating habits
The whole
changed.
attitude has changed. Now they're on the street, you find next to your restaurant is a takeaway, see. You go in there, you ask for the thing, they say, here it is in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. 3 pounds or 5 pounds, there you are, see. You got the whole meal in the bag. You can either eat it there or take it home or sit in your car and eat, see. But in a sit-down restaurant, things are different, see.
Things are different, yes.
3 of us went recently to a restaurant, last Friday, I think it was. We didn't eat much, we spent about 52 pounds.
Three of
for
you.
just rice,
Mhm.
chicken, mutton, and a piece of fish.
So
We paid 52 pounds, see.
so three of you 52 pounds. So just about 17.
Yeah, it's something like that, see. But if we had gone into a takeaway, we wouldn't need to pay even 17 pounds for the 3 of us.
That's right. Even as 52 is not a bad money.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, it's a sit down.
Because I
it's
bet
okay.
you just had a food. I mean, when you add all the drinks and this and that, it would have been even much higher. So 17 pound food value is a good. It's not cheap. It's expensive meal
Right.
you had.
Yes.
And that's why I said. I mean, these we have to see our new generation what they like, how they like, and unless we do that, I mean, look at that. I mean, a lot of Turkish is happening,
Yes.
and they brought their food outside of kitchen. It's open.
Right.
So they see fast this that. So
What do you see the future of the Bangladeshi restaurants in Britain, in Europe?
well, the food is still number one. It's getting some kind of slippery slope now at the moment. I'm sure it will come back. There will be a new generation who will come. They will come into it.
Are we doing the right things to turn the slope into an uphill task? you see?
We are certainly thinking. I mean, I myself certainly thinking, because I think we need to change it, and we don't need so many, but whatever we need is got to be right and European standard, basically. And generation, I mean, our old young generation, they are going into different job, but that not necessarily all are will go high up. They will,
Right.
some will stay in the middle.
Well, it's a law of nature, isn't it? I mean, some people go up,
And
some
then they
people
might
down.
find interest. They might, because end of the day, if they come to business, do their own business, this and that. So like in my place, I have 3 waiter. They're all British born, brought up, Bengali boys, and they are so good and their communication skill is so high. When the customer comes, they can really
Right.
make a connection to it. We need these kind of people now.
Right, see.
And why
Because
he's now here?
They are the people who meet the customers.
That's
These are
right.
the-
So he wasn't in this trade before. I mean, he just came to this profession, so about a few years ago. So he realized this is not a bad. So today or tomorrow, new generation will come. Some doctor, engineer, this and that, they will go up. But otherwise, if you keep yourself within their certain salary limit between 30 to 40, you'll be better off doing a business.
Right.
You'll be better off doing a business. They will make more money. And I got a feeling the day is not far. So they will.
But are they going to get the same sort of social status like a doctor, engineer, a lawyer?
What social status? The biggest social status is a businessman, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the whole world is run by the businessman. So if they can make success and be a nice person, social status comes with your personality.
Right.
You see.
You don't have Mr. Trump in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
for
very
being
much.
our guest today,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Mukit Choudhury. It was a pleasure. Thank you, viewers, for being with us, and I hope that you've enjoyed the show as much as we have. Same time, same channel next week. In the meantime, take care. Yes, I wanted to have a word with you about this show. We have completed 5 years of Talking Point. Thanks for your support. Thanks to the Talking Point team. Thanks to the directors. Thanks to our CEO, Sabrina Hussain, for all the support that has been provided to us. Thank you. We'll talk to you again next week. In the meantime, take care. Bye for now.